Bro, just do it yourself. God.
Bookshelf into a modern DIY pet habitat. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the little red button in the corner. Let's get started. To begin the project, I needed to take apart the bookshelf. I was planning on using as many parts from the original bookshelf as possible for the new enclosure. Once the bookshelf was disassembled, I was ready to begin making my measurements. I'm making my measurements to accommodate the size of the plexiglass I ordered for the project, since wood is easier for me to cut. Then, it was off to the miter saw to begin cutting my pieces. Once I had all my sides cut, I gave the pieces a quick sanding to rough up the surface. This will make the painting step a little easier when it's ready. Then, through the magic of film editing, my pieces were painted and ready to go. Then, it was time to attach all the pieces. I initially used wood glue to hold it in place, but I'll be screwing it together for extra stability as well. I was able to use the original screws that came with the bookshelf to attach the sides of the enclosure. Then, it was time to install the front. I bought a 12 by 24 inch piece of plexiglass off Amazon. Check out the links in the description if you're interested. I needed to mark where I'll be soldering holes in the plexiglass for my nails. I've worked with plexiglass in the past, and boy does it like to crack. I found using a soldering iron and nails to be the safest approach, and to give more control over the placement of the plexiglass. Then, I gently nailed the plexiglass in place. Once the plexiglass was attached, I needed to make a trim to help secure it in place. I used my bandsaw to cut some scrap 4x1s into half-inch strips. I ended up cutting 4 separate pieces for the initial trim. I basically just needed enough to secure the plexiglass to the frame. Then it was time to put them all together. Once all my trim was attached and the plexiglass was secure, it was time to move on to the lid. I was actually surprised at how long it took me to make the lid. This was definitely the longest and most involved part of the project. I cut out small notches on the front of the lid so it can sit flush on top of the plexiglass, and filed them smooth. Then I used my miter saw to cut 45-degree angles for the corners of the lid. Once all my pieces were cut, I was ready to start attaching them. I used screws and wood glue to make sure that it was extra secure. Then it was on to sanding. I decided to cut legs for the lid so it would rest more securely on the base. I didn't need them to be the entire length of the lid, just enough to keep it from moving around too much. Then it was time to glue them to the lid. When I started assembling the top lid, I decided to add a 2x1 to the front to be able to more securely attach the chicken wire. After I had attached the chicken wire, I was done. Then it was time to see what our mice thought of their new house. This project was more involved than I originally was anticipating, but I learned a lot and had fun making it. Plus, it was cool being able to bring new life into an old piece of furniture. As an added bonus, the mice love it. Thanks for watching, guys, and please remember to like and subscribe